Hey everybody, it's me, Hattie, and what? I'm doing a Southern classic today, and it's so good. I had me some beautiful Silver Queen corn, and I shucked it and took the kernels off, and we're making us some fried corn, and it is so good. I wish I would have had another bell pepper to throw in there with it, but I didn't. I meant to have red bell peppers. I like the combination to have a red and a green, but I only had just that little bit in the freezer. I thought I had more. So see, I run out of stuff sometimes. But anyway, I made do, and that stuff was so good. And if you want to do something with corn, do you grow corn? Do you know somebody that does? Do you just get a bunch of that beautiful corn from your local produce stand like I do? Then guess what? Here's something you can do with it. I had made a double batch. And we ate on it 2 days. We had meat patties one time and roasted chicken the next with it. But oh, it was so tasty. So if you do want to try a true Southern classic, let's make some fried corn. Let's get to it. As usual, you can probably tell what we're making today. And I just have a little bacon grease that I put down in the skillet already. Forgot to film that part. And I've got about, a good half of a bell pepper. We're going to saute this off a little bit, and I'll tell you what else I have. While this sautés off, just enough to soften them. I'm going to just let it go about maybe 5 minutes. Okay, I shucked 10 ears of corn. But over here, I had just one very small, maybe not even a little over a pint of corn that I'd shucked earlier, about 6 weeks ago, and it's in here too. So I'm going to do it all. I cooked a pound of bacon, and it's not going to be much more than salt and pepper and maybe a little heavy cream after that. So I'll bring you back when I'm satisfied about these bell peppers. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm satisfied with that because this corn's going to have to cook a good while too. So I'm going to add my corn in. We'll be adding other stuff, don't worry. And you see that moisture in there? Well, I guess most of it went down in the dang pan. I wanted to show it to you. Well, anyway, that's called the milk. And that's a lot of good flavor in there. So you don't want to toss that out. I'll show you the bowl. Just let me get this out. See this runny right here? It down in the bottom of that pan. Okay, all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring this back up to heat, and I'm going to keep stirring it around. Don't walk off and start texting somebody. You're going to want to check this, because I got this on high right now, and I may need to go with an extra tablespoon of bacon grease. But I doubt it, because I am going to add a couple of tablespoons of butter and this bacon. All flavored. I have heavy cream in reserve, and I may just add a splash of that, and of course salt and pepper. Okay, I wish I had a big red bell pepper, but I made chicken fajitas, and guess what? I run out of stuff too, so I don't have any more red. I wish I would have had 1 or 2 reds to put in. But alas, we'll make do. I had that green bell pepper sitting there ready to go, so that's what I went with. Okay, I'll bring you back. Okay, everybody, it's been about 15 minutes since I first left you. And what I did was, it was cooking so well, and I've got this amount. I'm doing a double batch, if not a triple batch. So I did have to go in, and I added 2 more tablespoons of my bacon grease. And then now it's gotten hot enough, I did add in ½ of a cup of water. Sometimes just to slow it down a little bit, you got to add a little bit of water, and then I put the lid on this to help it kind of steam and get it going. Okay, I love old-fashioned food, but you know, sometimes I do new-fashioned tricks. New-fashioned, I don't know, I just made that up on the fly. Kind of sucked, didn't it? Okay, so I put in about 2 tablespoons of butter. Have not put in my salt and pepper yet, but now I'm gonna come in. You only do this to what you need. I'll try to give you an exact measurement, but you got to remember, I got a lot of corn. I probably have 14 ears worth in here. At least. Because I could have sworn that was 8 that I had put up in that bag. It was, I didn't mean a pint a while ago. I meant a quart anyway. Plus what I put in. Okay, it can handle a little more. So far I've only put in a couple of tablespoons, probably that. So I'm probably not even up to a quarter of a cup. I'm still less than a quarter of a cup. And I'm gonna let this go for a minute and we'll just see how it's going. I don't add flour to mine. Sometimes I'll come in with just a very light dusting, but very rarely. But I might. I'm gonna see how this cooks down first. And then I haven't even, of course, I got my bacon in reserve. I cooked it and drained it a while back. And we're just gonna keep going. I'm not gonna keep holding you here watching me stir, so y'all know how I am about that. Okay, y'all, it's been about 5 minutes, and as you can see, I've got just about the right amount of cream in there. Not too much, not too little. It's nice and moist. Look at that. That flavor's in there. And I ended up with about a quarter. Like I said, I think I have easily 16 ears of corn in this pot right here. So you cut that in half. I'd go with about a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons at a time, maybe 1 tablespoon at a time, honestly, if you've never made it before. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I've got about a teaspoon. I'm using kosher salt today, and I got about a good rounded teaspoon of black pepper that I ground off camera. So I'm going to put that, you know, pepper pairs so well with corn and stuff like that. And I'm not going to probably add all the salt in. This is kosher. Now, if you're using table salt, you're going to want to go lighter with it because the table salt, you know, the kosher salt's more flaky. Now see, look how that's doing. Isn't that gorgeous? I think we're coming in on the last 5 minutes, so must be baking time. The only reason I sprinkle them in, don't dump them, is because that way it's kind of even for me when I'm starting to stir. There we go. In goes my, you know, I do a video on bacon bits. If I remember, I'll put one down. I'll put the link down in the description. Don't be buying that stuff. It's so easy to make, and you can multitask when you do that. So, just as long as you're in the kitchen, don't leave the kitchen. Okay, guys, we're on home stretch, and I'll bring you back when I'm about ready to dish this up. I did want to add something in here. A lot of times, I'll take about a half of like a vide onion or a sweet onion, and I mince it up real fine. I put it in my bell pepper. I just didn't feel like doing it today, folks, so I didn't, but I do that quite a bit. I've even been known to slice up green onion and throw it in here, so that'd be excellent as well. But you want the star of the show to be the corn, so that's why I'm just showing y'all basic. All right, you don't even have to put the bacon in there if you don't want to, but it definitely makes it wonderful. Okay, I will see you back, like I said, in that 4 or 5 minutes. I talked for a minute now, so it might be 4 minutes. Absent-minded me. One more thing. This corn is sweet on its own, but depending on your corn, it's a to taste. If you want to, I am not, but you can put some sugar in it too. Start out real slow with a teaspoon or 2, and then you're going to have to taste. If you're going to cook something right, you got to taste, folks. You got to taste it. How else are you going to know from seasoning? Sometimes recipes are not exact. I can't tell y'all how many of my recipes I've had to physically sit down trying to figure out what the exact amounts were. I cannot tell you physically how many times I held my sweet little mama's tiny little hands and got her, she measured with her hand, making cornbread and any kind of stuff like that, vanilla cake, stuff like that, certain things. Well, not vanilla, her sugar cake is what I meant. But anyway, got vanilla cake on my mind. But anyway, it's hard to figure out sometimes when you've been cooking long as she did, long as I did. So I do my best for that, for y'all, but sometimes it's a taste thing, all right? So I just want to throw that in there. Okay, guys, look at here. I just cut the fire off right then, and I'm gonna try to see if you can't hear this pop. Well, I turned the fire off here, hold on. Once you hear this pop, when you start hearing that corn giving that frying popping sound, you're good. I want you to see I didn't need any flour added into here. Why make it gummy for no reason? I've had it with flour. It's nothing wrong with it. I've done it myself more than once. But for this batch, I withhold the flour until I know I see how my own batch is doing. And look at that. No need for it this time. Hear that? I hope you can. I don't want to burn my microphone up. Okay, when I plate it up, I'll bring you back so you can have some. Okay. See you in a second. Oh my goodness. Would you just look at this? It is an excellent side dish. That is what I call some good eating, folks. I already told y'all how good it was. And it was. But if you make this, please let me know. I love to hear it when y'all make it. I just wish YouTube had a way for y'all to be able to post pictures with your comments. Wouldn't that be amazing? I would love to see people making my recipes, but they don't. They just don't have a way to do that. Maybe I'm gonna have to force myself to get a little more active on Facebook. I admit it, I'm not really, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll talk about that in the next stream or something. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, like I said, please comment. And if you really did, please hit like. And I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, y'all know I love you. So I will see you next time. You know, because this wasn't a fake outro or anything, you know. It wasn't. These are all different days. These last few videos. They're not fake. See ya.